Hi, boys and girls. I hope you had a good day off yesterday. And I hope you're ready to get started on some reading and all of your schoolwork. Okay. So today is Wednesday, November 4th, and we are going to be working on reading. You need your big and small reading books today. I have the big one like this, and then the small one that looks sort of like this, only it's smaller. It has the little chameleon on it, so you need both of those. And you need page 61, 62, 63, 64 from the Your Turn practice book, which most of you, if you're an e-learner, then you have to get out that Your Turn practice book. Otherwise, the rest of you should have it. It's this page, 61, and on the back is 62, 63, and 64. So go ahead and get those out, your big and small reading books, and these pages. 61, 62, 63, 64. It's basically 2 pages. Okay. I'm going to scoot this back here because I need some room. So, like I said, we have a lot to do today. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the words for this week. Okay? So we're going to spell it and then read it. Okay? So, T-H-R-E-E, 3. L-I-V-E, live. C-O-U-L-D, could. This is a tricky one. O-N-E, one, the number word 1. T-H-E-N, then. And we're back. So these words, of course, aren't on the spelling test, but you need to be learning how to read the words because these are words in a lot of the things that we read at school and when you read at home. These are some of the words that are hard to sound out, so you just have to memorize these words. 3, live, could, 1, then. I hope you're practicing those. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on one of the pages. I need you to have the first page we're going to work on is page 61. Now, we're only going to do a little bit of this together, and then you're going to do the rest on your own. Okay. With a pencil, I want you to underline what it says at the top. This is the sound that we've been working on this week, short U, Now, your teacher may do this with you or may have done this with you. So if you already did it, then you're just going to work on the back, okay, in just a minute. So the letter U can make the short sound you hear in rug. So what you're going to do is you are going to read these words and you're going to write them next to the picture it goes with. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words, but there's only 4 pictures. So 1 you won't use. They're trying to trick you. 1 you're not going to use. So you're going to do that on your own, but hold on a second. At the bottom, you are writing a sentence using one of these words, and it could even be the word that wasn't used in the pictures. Okay, so you're going to be doing that on your own. Well, you could pause now if you wanted to work on your own. I'm going to explain the back because you're going to do the back on your own too. The back. Oh, look at these words that I just went over on the cards. These are the words. Ready? 3 could live 1 then. You are going to use these words to go in these sentences. And then, oh, I thought there was going to be a sentence to write at the bottom. Usually you have to write a sentence on the bottom, but you don't. This one, it has this sentence here, and then it starts another sentence. They kind of go together, okay? So you're going to do this side and this side on your own. And again, your teacher may have already had you do this. So then you only have the other side to do. So either pause and do it now, both sides, or wait until we're all done and then you can do it. Okay? Okay. All right. Okay, we have, like I said, we have a lot to do today. So, on Monday, you talked about a couple different words and what they mean. And those words were materials. And materials are things used to make something else. Wood, glue, nails, and paint are the materials you will need to make a birdhouse. Okay, and the other word was shelter. A shelter is a building that protects you or keeps you safe. When it started to rain, we ran into the shelter to stay warm and dry. So those words you talked about on Monday, maybe. If not, we talked about them right now. The other words. Ooh, furious. Look at that boy. Furious. What do you think furious means? Are you thinking? Kind of goes along with this picture. I think we can tell on his face. When someone gets angry, he or she is furious. When they get very angry, very angry. Billy was furious he could not go out and play. He has schoolwork to do. Maybe he hasn't been working on it like he should be. So he is furious. He is very angry. The next word, collapsed. Oh, look at that picture. Collapsed. If something collapsed, it fell down. The tent collapsed and fell on us. Collapsed. And the last word, refused. Refused. If you refused to do something, you said firmly that you would not do it. So I think looking at this, my dog refused to go outside in the rain. He hates to get wet. He refused. He just would not do it. I don't blame him. So those are our vocabulary words, learning what those new words mean. So there might be some new words that you haven't heard before. Those words are going to be in the story that I'm going to read. And on Monday, we read Three Little Dassies. And that story was like what story you probably already knew? Three Little Pigs. Okay, so we're going to try to think about, remember Three Little Dassies? They lived where it was crowded and hot and the eagles could get them. And so they wanted to go somewhere less crowded and cooler and where the eagles wouldn't get them. And they built the 3 houses out of grass, wood, and stone. Let's see how this is kind of the same as that Three Little Dassies, but you've probably heard the story before. Okay. The Three Little Pigs, a tale from England. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs who left home to live on their own. Each little pig set off to find materials, it's one of our words, to make a good house in which to live. You probably already know what's going to happen. As the first little pig walked along the road, he spotted a pile of straw. "I can make my house from straw," he said. So the pig built himself a house of straw, and he was very content. He was very happy with his house. The second little pig soon found a bundle of sticks. "These sticks will make a fine house," she said. So the pig built herself a house made of sticks, and she was very pleased. She was happy too. So remember, this week, I almost forgot to mention that we're talking about buildings and what they're made of. So far, the 2 pigs, one made the house of straw and one made the house of sticks. So let's see if those are good shelters, if those are good houses for them to live in. I know you probably already know. The third little pig took more time to find good building materials. At last he found a pile of bricks. "These bricks will make a strong shelter," he said, and he built a sturdy house, a strong house. So we kind of know which one is going to be the better house. Soon after the 3 little pigs completed their homes, a hungry wolf passed by the house made of straw. So remember, in 3 Little Dassies, what was it? An eagle. So this is a wolf. The wolf saw the first little pig through the window and thought he would make a tasty meal. So the wolf knocked on the door and said, little pig, please let me in." The little pig looked through the keyhole and saw the wolf. So he replied, what does he say? If you have heard this story, what do the pigs say when the wolf tries to come in? "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." Remember that part? Then the wolf got angry and said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." So look at this. Do you think this house is going to be sturdy? Is it going to stay when the wolf blows on it? Let's see. The wolf saw the little pig run into the house of sticks. So it probably didn't stay up, and then the pig quickly ran to the house of sticks. So I bet we know what's going to happen. Is the wolf just going to go away? No. So he followed him. This time, when he looked through the window, he saw two little pigs. "These 2 little pigs will make a doubly tasty meal," said the wolf. So he knocked on the door and said, little pigs, let me in. I only want to talk to you." Do you think that's true? No. Both little pigs peeked through the keyhole and saw, of course, that it was the wolf. So they refused to let him in. They were not going to let him in. They replied, "No, no, no, not by the hair of our chinny chin chins." Then the wolf got angry and answered, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." So the wolf huffed and he puffed, but the house of sticks was a little bit stronger than the house of straw from before, from the other pig. So the wolf had to huff and puff again, before the house of sticks fell down. So it was stronger, but it still fell down in the end. However, the two little pigs were no longer there because they ran as fast as they could, straight to the third little pig's house of bricks. What do you think is going to happen? Is the wolf just going to go away? There he is. The wolf saw the little pigs run into the house of bricks and followed them. This time, when he looked through the window, he saw the little pigs, the three little pigs. So he knocked on the door and he said, what's he going to say? He says the same thing every time. Little pigs, let me in. I only wish to speak to you. Sure. Okay. And the three little pigs answered right back. And what do they say? No, no, no. Not by the hair of our chinny chin chins. And what is the wolf going to say? Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in, replied the angry wolf. So, is it going to work when he huffs and puffs? So the wolf huffed and he puffed. He puffed and he huffed. Then he huffed and puffed again. Why is he having to do so much? Because the house is stronger, it's sturdier. But the brick house was stronger than the other houses and he could not blow it in. Now the furious wolf climbed on the roof. What will happen? He climbed on the roof to go to the chimney. But the little pigs saw what he was doing because the pigs are smart. So they made a blazing fire. When the wolf started down the chimney, he felt the hot flames. He quickly hopped up out of the chimney and ran away from the three pigs as fast as he could. And the three pigs lived happily ever after. The third pig even helped the other two pigs build sturdy brick houses of their own. That was nice. So in the end, he helped them. So why did the pigs leave to build their houses? Do you remember? They wanted to live on their own. They each wanted to live by themselves. And so what materials did each of the pigs use to make their houses, their shelters, their buildings? The one used straw. The one used sticks. This does look like a pretty good house. And then the other one used bricks. So then what did the wolf do? He was hungry. He was going to blow all their houses down. And then, so he blew the straw house down, and where did that pig go? Do you remember? He went to the other pig's house, the house of sticks. And then the wolf came back. And what did he do? He huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in. And so where did the second pig go? And the first pig? They all went to the third pig's house. So he was the one who rescued all the pigs. And so he couldn't blow the house down, could he? Because it was too strong. It was too sturdy. So then he tried to get in, and he felt the fire, and he ran away. Hopefully he never bothers those pigs again. And the third pig helped the other pigs build houses out of bricks, which was very nice. Okay. I'm just checking my list. So I have a lot of things that I wanted to go over. Okay. Then the next thing I need you to do is, sorry, I dropped something, hold on, is I need you to get out your small reading book and you're going to reread Cubs in a Hut. Okay? So your small reading book, I will show you which story I mean. You are going to reread Cubs in a Hut. Okay, so pause it, reread Cubs in a Hut. Okay, I hope you read it. The only way to become a better reader is to practice reading, and we can practice reading by reading the same thing that we already read. Okay, so the next thing, because I hope that you reread that, I need you to get out that other page that I need you to get out page 63. And you're going to go ahead and do page 63 on your own. You are looking at the words and writing the words that go with the picture. Go ahead, you're going to do that on your own, so pause, or you can do it all at the end. Okay. I hope you did it. I hope you paused and did that. Because now we're going to need this. And we're going to read this together. Okay? So, we are going to be, I need to get it pulled up. So hold on. This was the story from last week, The Red Hat. And, oh, there it is. The Pigs, the Wolf, and the Mud. This is the book you need. It's on page 26 and 27. Looks just like this. Looks just like I have on the smartboard. The Pigs, the Wolf, and the Mud. That's the story that we're on. Again, we're talking about this. What buildings do you know? What are they made of? Read about 3 pigs who love mud and a wolf who doesn't. So it sounds like it could be a little bit like what I just read. 3 Little Pigs. The title, The Pigs, the Wolf, and the Mud. Oh, it's like a list, like we talked about last week. The pigs, comma, the wolf, comma, and the mud. This is by Ellen Tarlow, illustrated by Pablo Bernasconi. Yeah, I think I said that right. Okay. So, hold on. I gotta get my other book ready. So, just be patient. When we're looking at this page, we can see that the pigs are kind of messy, aren't they? And they are throwing things and their hands are messy and the wall is messy and their shirt is messy. And then we see the wolf in the little hole in their window. The pigs, the wolf, and the mud. I wonder what's going to happen in this story. It's going to be talking about, because we're talking about buildings and materials, so it is going to be talking about that. Okay, turn the page, page 28. page 28. Okay, ready? 3 pigs lived in a mud hut. So we've been talking about the word live. When you add the D on the end, it's going to be lived. There they are. Does that look like a good shelter? Does that look like a good place to live? It is made out of things that pigs like. Mud. They probably like straw or grass. Okay, page 29. Ready? It is a mess, said pig 1. But pigs like a mess, said pig 2. Mud is fun, yelled pig 3. So, do the pigs like their mud hut? Yes, because they said pigs like a mess, pigs like mud. So they're probably pretty happy with their mud hut. Looking at the pictures, they have smiles on their faces. All right, page 30. Page 30. Ready? Get this, yelled pig 1. She tossed mud to pig 2. Mud is fun, yelled pig 3. So you can kind of see, I didn't talk about it on the other side, on the other page, but in front of get this, there are those quotation marks. Quotation marks are the talking marks. We can tell what someone is saying by looking in those quotation marks. So she tossed the mud, she threw it to pig 2. And there we can kind of see on their shirts, on the back of his head, they like mess, like they said. Page 31. The bell rang. Little pigs, 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 let me in. That is a lot like the 3 little pigs, right? It has a wolf, it has the 3 pigs. The wolf is wanting to come in. He knocks on the door. Little pigs, let me come in. This one says, little pigs, 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 let me in. Okay, so when the wolf wants to come in, I wonder if the pigs are going to let him come in. We'll see. The one thing that's really different about this is they all live together. All the pigs live together, so they could protect each other. Okay, page 32. It is a big, bad wolf, said pig 1. We cannot let you in, yelled the pigs. You will eat us up. So there you go. They're worried that he's going to eat them up. All right, let's see if the wolf is going to go away. Doesn't look like it. Then I will huff and puff, the wolf yelled back. He huffed, huffed, huffed. He puffed, puffed, puffed. Look at the drawing. Look at the picture and how they really showed how the dirt is going to, as he's blowing, and he's creating a lot of dirt to come up. And they said he huffed, 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 he puffed, 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 because he did it a lot of times. They repeated it to show he did it again, and he did it again, and he did it again. Okay. So, page 34. Oh, look at all that dust, all that mud coming up. Yuck, said the wolf. I cannot huff in mud. I cannot puff in mud. So he's having a hard time, like if it's really dusty, you have to take a big breath He's having a hard time getting that big breath. So he's not going to be able to blow as strong to knock that hut down, their mud hut. Okay. What are the pigs doing inside? They're all huddled together, waiting and wondering what's the wolf going to do next. Let's see. He rang the bell again. Pigs, 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 let me in, he yelled. We will not let you in, the pigs yelled back. What is the pig? Oh. Uh-oh. The wolf did not give up. Page 36. Okay. Then I will kick, 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 said the wolf. He kicked, kicked, kicked. Uh-oh. Was the mutt hut a strong one? A sturdy one? Doesn't look like it. Page 37. The hut fell in. Yuck, said the wolf. I cannot look at this mud. Oh, so the wolf didn't like the mud. So I wonder what's going to happen. Is he going to go away? And when the pigs rebuild their house, they kind of know the wolf doesn't like mud. Let's see what happens. Page 38. You pigs are a big mess. Yes, yelled the pigs. Pigs like a big mess. Pigs do like a big mess. But is this, even though that happens, right? Pigs like mud, it helps them stay cool. Would this story be fiction or nonfiction? Remember, fiction means fake. Nonfiction means real. It's going to be fiction. It is not a real story. It's not really going to happen with the pigs and a wolf and the hut. But this part is true. Pigs like messes. Page 39. But I do not, yelled the wolf. I must get this mud off. Goodbye, pigs. And off he goes. So that was different than the other stories. He just ran off. The other stories, he had to get on the chimney, and he tried to go down the chimney, and it was hot, and then he ran away. This was, he ran away because he got dirty, and he didn't like that. Okay, page 40. Here we can see they're getting ready to build their house. Let's make a hut, said Pig 1. We could use bricks, said Pig 2. We could use sticks, said Pig 3. I wonder what they're going to make it of. Are they going to make it of sticks? Or are they going to make it of bricks? We will use mud, said Pig 1. Mud is good, said Pig 2. Mud is fun, yelled Pig 3. Yuck, said the wolf. So really, even though it fell down, it ended up being a good shelter because the wolf didn't like it. So it was a good shelter. Before we turn the page, let's read the last page, and we're going to try to read it fluently. Fluently means that we read it like how we talk. We don't read one word at a time. Is that how we talk? No. So let's practice reading this fluently, okay? We will use mud, said Pig 1. Mud is good, said Pig 2. Mud is fun, yelled Pig 3. Yuck, said the wolf. So we read it, we don't have to rush read, but we read it with a nice voice. Okay, now, told you we had a lot to do today. Now I need for you to have this page out, which you were going to do this side on your own. We're going to work on this side. So we did this last week talking about character, setting, and events. So you're still going to need your book. So kind of arrange, I tell my class, arrange it so you can have your book and your paper next to it. So we're going to, uh-oh, my cart is going. Sorry. Okay, I think it's good. So we still have this. We're still thinking about this story. Let's turn to page 28 and 29. Okay, so you have your book and you have your paper. So we're thinking about character. Characters are who, like a person, or in this story, the animals, the main person or animals in the story. So on these two pages, 28 and 29, who are the characters? The three pigs. So that's what we're going to write here. We're going to write, let's write the number word because we're practicing that. So we're going to say 3 pigs. I'm going to try to go slow, but of course you can always pause. So the characters are 3 pigs, and it is in your book right here, 3 pigs. So if you can't see it very well on the screen, right here in your book. Okay. What is the setting? Setting means where the story took place. What is the setting of these 2 pages? They are in a mud hut. Right here. In a mud hut. The setting is in a mud hut. Again, if you can't copy it from your iPad, it is right here, in a mud hut. That might be easier. Okay, what events happened there? What events happened in a mud hut on these pages? What are they doing? They're making a mess. So the events, this one's going to be a sentence. That's a spelling word that we had before. They are making a mess. Pause if you need to. They are making a mess. That's what happened. Okay, we're not going to do every page. We're just going to do some of the pages. We're going to look on page 34 this time. just page 34. We're not going to be talking about this one, just this one. Page 34. Okay, who is the character on page 34? Only this page. The wolf. The character is the wolf. Whoops. Okay. The wolf is the character on page 34. Okay, where is he? What is the setting of page 34? Outside. He's outside. He's not in the hut. He's just outside. Okay, and the events. What is he doing in this, on this page? He's huffing and puffing. He's trying to blow the hut down. So the events, this is going to be a sentence, so capital. He is huffing and puffing. He is trying to blow the hut in. Okay, and he's having a hard time, but he's trying to do it, isn't he? He is kind of having a hard time doing it, but that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to huff and trying to puff and trying to blow the hut down. Pause if you need to. Let's just turn to the end. Page 40 and 41. Page 40 and 41. Who are the characters on page 40 and 41? The main characters. We're just going to say the three pigs again. I know the wolf is there, but he's kind of in the background. So the main characters there are three pigs again. And what is the setting? Where are they? Here on this page. They're outside, just like the other one, outside. Okay, what are they doing on these last pages? They are making a new hut. So what are they doing? They are making, just like in the other one, a new hut. They're trying to decide what they're going to make it out of. Okay, pause if you need to. Okay. Getting back to this, I wanted to read this about the illustrator of this story, so we're still in your book. Pablo Bernasconi, I'm thinking, loves illustrating animals doing funny things, like in this story. Pablo's studio is a mess, full of junk and papers, but Pablo loves being surrounded by his things, just as the pigs in the story love being surrounded by mud. So that's why, maybe why he did the drawings so that they were so messy. Illustrator's purpose, that means why did the illustrator write this? Pablo Bernasconi likes to draw funny animals. Draw and write about an animal doing something you think is funny. That's something that you could do. So this story, the hut kind of looks different than probably where you live, but it has maybe some of the same things like in the places we live, right? It has a roof. It has walls. It has a door. It has a sidewalk, windows. So even though it's a lot different, it has some things that are the same as how we live, right? And they're animals, so that's going to be a little bit different. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that I went over everything that I had planned. I know it was a lot to do. Okay, yeah, that is all I had for today. And I will see you again tomorrow for reading, and it won't be as long as it was today. So have a good rest of your day. Work hard. Do some reading, practicing reading those words. Okay? All right. Bye.